Independent National Electoral Commission says it is illegal and unconstitutional for Julius Abure to continue parading himself as the national chairman of the Labour Party. The electoral body said it no longer recognizes Abure and other members of the party's National Working Committee as their tenures expired in June 2024. This is contained in a counter-affidavit INEC filed in response to a suit brought by the Labour Party challenging its exclusion from the Commission's register. This is contained in a counter-affidavit INEC filed in response to a suit brought by the Labour Party challenging its exclusion from the Commission's refresher training for uploading party agents ahead of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections. The Commission argued that the Labour Party's leadership, including Abure, is now invalid, stressing that it does not recognize the party's March 2024 National Convention, which purportedly re-elected Abure as chairman. It maintained that the convention contravened both the Nigerian Constitution and the Electoral Act, stressing that it only deals with parties that have legitimate leadership in place. According to a written submission supporting the counter-affidavit, INEC's legal team, led by Tanko Inua, SAN, stated that the Labour Party suit seeks declaratory reliefs which cannot be granted merely by admission. They argued that the Labour Party must prove its case even with the admissions presented. The INEC's lawyer added that due to the Labour Party's failure to adhere to the legal requirements in holding its national convention, the party no longer has a valid leadership with which the INEC can engage. They prayed the court to dismiss the suit, adding that the Labour Party is not entitled to reliefs it is seeking. Chizi, what do you have to say to this development?
You know, Choma, I have said that if you go to this, I'm not trying to bring down any party. If you go to these other smaller parties, I'm sorry to say that. Okay, let me use the word parties outside the PDP, APC, and all of that. You'll be shocked that the internal democracy in those parties is worse than what you are seeing in these other political parties. The bigger political. They're only waiting to click to power. You know what has happened to Abure, for instance. Like I said, I'm on air here, and I'm saying that the ADP chairman, national chairman, has been the national chairman since the formation of ADP in 2016 till today. How many times is he running? And each time he's national chairman, then he comes back to become the candidate of the party, presidential candidate of the party. He goes back to the national chairman and then goes back to become presidential candidate of the party. You know, why people are not focusing on them is because they don't actually, and those things you do. I was going to say in the last episode that sometimes there was this someone that said, it's laughable. He said, if you have to sin, now sin with sense. If you have to even sin, use sense and sin now. Not that you see that everybody will know that this is what is sin. No. Do you understand what I mean? So there are certain things, I wouldn't know that. How can INEC recognize a body and a working committee that whose tenure is expired? How can they? You know, when people said this thing, you remember that on this platform, we saw INEC crying that, no, these people have just submitted their agents in the last election. Look, we're looking for them. And so, which of the political parties, if your political party is not recognized by INEC, why would they invite you for a working committee? And again, leave the legality of it. I also want to see on moral, that Obi was the candidate of the party, and he was the party chairman, national chairman, because of the way the candidates came. After that, shouldn't he ordinarily want to relinquish his power if they want to still retain their listing to another person? But right now, he is there trying to be there since the Israeli Labour Party left as a Labour Party chairman, who was the Labour Party chairman. Then he left and formed the Israeli Labour Party. And then here, because that one was staying, and everyone else like, no, you don't have to also stay as national chairman. Then they went and he became Israeli Labour Party chairman, which is he. And then this one now, because his deputy, which is he, became the Labour. And today, he's still there. I am saying, what is there in that party? Who was he? Who knew him, if not the coming in of Obi? They are beginning to destroy the party. Labour Party began to have its prominence when Obi came in. And now, instead of them sitting down to recognize, everybody is trying to hold tight. Because he wants to stay in five-star hotel. He wants to be flying with. I mean, you can still do that. You can also run for another thing. You can say, you can make sacrifice for the party to go. Who is going to recognize that? I heard, in one of these news item that he said, look, they are not recognizing the Nemade, that, of course, the people that are called together, a sitting governor of a political party is not the leader of the party. A candidate, the president candidate who is still in the party is not the leader, who was former governor. They are not leader. It is you everybody will wait for you. See, the constitution, I mean, each constitution, I'm sure this goes across political parties, says that for a meeting of the stakeholders to be called, it is the national chairman. That is if the national chairman still have tenure.
It's still valid.
It's still valid.
Yes.
But as soon as your tenure expires, you no longer have that right to call the meeting. So the man who is the leader, the thing goes back to the leader for the leadership to call the meeting. And then what are they coming? Like I said, the spirit of caretakership is to say, okay, let us try to organize election. And even if you want to contest, come and contest. But let us organize election. So what is his fear? Why did he not just go and now conduct his own congress and now make himself again? Why not come and face the election? Are they saying that the woman now is not the national chairman? They're not saying no. Go and conduct election. They gave the woman even dates to conduct the election. But while you're conducting this election, we have elections in our hands. So that INEC will begin to recognize that. What is wrong with that? Except that, like I said, some of them are Labour Party in the afternoon and other parties in the night. They are doing everything to decimate the political party. And I can say it. I've written Obi. I told you that I wrote Obi, I wrote Atiku, I wrote Kwankwaso, and I said, you are not even organizing your party. You're not sitting down to see how and now they have started organizing the party. Somebody, a national party chairman, and they even said they invited him to that meeting. They invited him, he refused to come, and as soon as they invite him, they can go ahead and do anything. Anyway, the matter is before the court, and the court is going to educate on that. But until then,
it's between them and INEC.
And between them and INEC. Oh. INEC said, what is the conclusion? We're not calling you to come and because we won't call you. So if INEC is going to call, it's for this people not to write. But the problem now is that even internally, they are also saying this will not. So INEC is in the fix.
They have the NWC Osman committee. The letter has been sent to INEC.
To INEC?
Yes, telling INEC right now to work with the 29-man committee headed by Nenadi Osman, pending when another election is done, which from the time of the inauguration of that committee, they were given a 90-day window to do for reconciliation and World Congresses and National Convention. Yes. So now, what do you have to say to this development, Jackson?
Well, I am not surprised. I believe in the obedient movement more than the Labour Party. Without the obedient, Labour Party wouldn't have been anywhere. Assuming the obedient has gone to any of these small party, according to my brother, those small party, any party obedient entered that time would have, you understand? And again, what is happening in the Labour Party today, at time I sit down to begin to analyze within my mind, and I've discovered that if Abure actually loved the party, you understand? And if Abure have what they call self-esteem at all, however low, you understand? There are allegations of corruption against you. There are so many. Yes. And with proof, and still, you are still there. I think some persons maybe from the other political party saw the continuous existence of the Labour Party as a threat. And possibly he had been empowered to make sure he kill and bury the Labour Party. Lamidi Apapa was doing this same thing sometimes ago, and at the end of the day, where is he now? So I think the focus and the main business of Abure now, there's a Yoruba proverb, they said, the rat said, if we cannot eat the beans, then we will spit the beans. Then the beans will be useless to every other person. So I think what Abure is trying to do now is listening to some persons so that he can kill and bury the Labour Party. That is it. But I don't believe that Abure is doing this with normal senses. Possibly there may be a pecuniary reason for him to be doing this.
probably wanting to still remain in power. Isn't that written enough?
Yes.
Yeah, that is it.
Isn't that wanting to remain in power, you know, and
No, he may want to, some people may tell him to remain in power until he's able to destroy the party. Simple as ABC.
It could be for another reason. It could be that, you know, there are perks that comes with certain positions.
I don't think there is anything too big in the Labour Party that somebody will want to die in the office. Sometimes ago, Nigeria Labour Congress, there are stakeholders in the Labour Party. They picketed against this man that he should step down because the tenure was, you know, elapsed. But this man insisted. Then the creme de la creme of the party, they came. They even invited him. He refused. He is not doing this thing for nothing. It's not, you know, there are some persons that when they want to destroy their names, you understand, and they want to destroy their name and integrity, everything, they do it for money. So I believe there is something more than what we are thinking.
All right, so you are seeing Abure right now as a mole in the
I think
party?
it's a serious mole. It's a serious black leg in the Labour Party.
Okay.
And nothing else.
All right. Chizzy, you still have something to add to this story?
Let me think it in the other way. There are people who I say have some what I call personality coordination or personality crisis. You know, there's this thing that, I was chairman, then became, you know, and became the candidate, and the party is up now.
I should enjoy.
So I should not sit there and enjoy it, knowing that there will be some possibility of a lot of people coming into the party again. So let me now enjoy. Without noting two things. First is, it's not about their party. If you were a national political party, one time I told my party, you know, APC, I said, if you were in a party where in election money they brought in like 15 million naira to a local government, I'm using that. And it means that you are now a serious stakeholder of the party should you now win the local government chairman. So the first thing, it shouldn't be to eat this one. The first thing is to work to get the government. People should know that, look, sacrifice is sacrifice is a piece of offensive. If you want to get a higher thing, you also do higher sacrifice. Except that you want to run. Of course, in this, there's nothing like, okay, hold it. How can Abure, I'm not saying that you may not qualify, how can Abure be looking at himself with the mother? Usman, what is that? That name in this thing somehow brings up the party to another level again.
Yes.
Whether you like it or yes.
Yes.
In fact, when they say she is the Kenya Committee chairman, I was like, God, because that's the one woman I like.
Yes.
Wow, there will be an international, global attention to that party.
Because of our personality profile.
Because of our personality. Look at the people that came together and all of them said, oh, let's give it to this woman. In fact, I would have said that that they should even push the woman to have been the national party chairman. She was a senator. That woman was a minister, and she was even the president of the Catholic Women Association of Nigeria. And you don't want to believe what that means. That is a whole. In fact, just being the president of the the Women Conference of Nigeria in Catholic is a whole of global thing. So she has that global thing. She can move the party. And you know, when you have people like that in your party, what it means is that INEC will sense. They'll be careful.
Yes.
Even INEC will be careful. Do you understand that? Even INEC. This Abure. Let me tell him here openly that we know Abure because Obi came into the party.
Yes.
Who knew him? It's just all of this whole thing. People, how many of the other parties chairman do we know? How many? So he should swallow his pride if there's any pride at all. And for the party, naturally speaking, if I was the national chairman when Obi came in, and I'm from the same, zone with Obi, I would have been the one to say no. Let the party chairman come from the north. You know, you are buying even vote.
Yes.
If you want your party to win.
Yes.
There are people who actually they are there as national chairman to sell certain things, to just be there to be relevant. They don't even want their party to win. They are comfortable if their party is not winning because of course there will be iPad, there will be IPAC meeting, there will be all of those. Not because they want their party to win. That's what is happening to him. I'm telling you, he's a young person. Let it not destroy his future.
All right.